Let's talk about tripods. These are the 5 tripods that I've used, tested, tried out. Some I've kept, some I haven't, but what worked for me and what didn't. So my number 5 slot is the Joilcan M30, which is what I have right here. This was sent to me by the company, and I've used this for a number of different things. The primary purpose of this for me is just being ultra lightweight. Now you can get carbon fiber, you can get all these very expensive types of tripods which cost a lot of money. Something like this, sturdy, it works, it's tiny, and it extends to above my head, so probably close to 6 foot or beyond. It does what you need it to. Now it's number 5 because it's not my go-to, it's not my primary. So I use this one as where my camera is right now for the longest time, but you know, having this in this space, it was just so much easier to not have it floating around and having to either set it up all the time or leave it up. So I've got a different solution, which is going to be my bonus. My number 5 slot is the Joilcan M30. My number 4 slot, my Eicaus 67-inch. I think I said that correctly. I'll put it up. So that I tried out. Same thing with the Joilcan, which is plastic construction, real lightweight, and you know, pricing is very reasonable on this. But just what I needed for what I was looking to achieve with that specific purchase, that was not it. So that would end up getting sent back, just for the purpose of I needed a little bit more sturdy, a little bit bigger, and I had a few more different features that I was looking for, and that one just didn't have it. So that one went back, great, but not the one that I needed for at that point in time. Number 3 is the Sunpack Platinum. This I got, it was almost like a gift, you might say, or it was given to me from work. It just wasn't needed there. So it wasn't the one I actually purchased, but I was able to get it. And that was my primary and only tripod for the longest time. I used that one for time lapses for pregnancies, for when my wife was pregnant twice. We'd set that up and mark the spots and keep it established in the baby room when we were taking a time lapse of her pregnancy. So that one's got a lot of fun memories. It's got a quick release system on the top. It's been in our life quite a long time. I wanted something a little bit more professional, you might say, a little bit more to it. So it's still a good backup. It's kind of older now because I have had it for a long time, and it was actually at my job for a long time. It was used there until they didn't need it. So it's a little bit worn. Some of the legs are, the mechanisms aren't as strong as they could be, but it's definitely over a decade because I've worked at my job for the last 10 years, and that's where it was when I first met it. Considering it's been used for well over 10 years, it's in pretty good shape. With just one leg, the mechanism's just not as good as it could be, but it lasted that amount of time, so there's something. My number 2 is the Koolehaoda. I can't say it, but this is what it's going to look like, the Koolehaoda A3. And it's kind of a cheat because it's this little mini tripod, but I've used this for so many things. And what I end up doing, I end up putting it on my flow because the little feet that come in this thing, the little tripod that comes in this thing, is just not the sturdiest. So really I wanted something a lot more sturdier, and basically for the longest time it lived on here. So whenever I was doing shoots at my gym with my cell phone, I typically use this setup right here, and you can kind of grip it together and it comes a little bit more sturdy, and then you want to put it down and have it track. And this thing was never going anywhere. So if I put this down on my gym floor and had it tracking someone, myself or somebody else, this was moving with this on the bottom. So it's a great alternative, a little bit of a cheat because it's not a full-blown tripod, but this has served me well. It's just a different type of tripod, but has some very good uses. And I've also used it for different time lapses where I've had to put it on a rock somewhere, and you know, rocks are not flat, so you got to kind of adjust the feet to get a good angle and then get your time lapse going. And a time lapse, as you may know, has to be very steady to look good. And it splays out, so you can kind of get it almost flat if you need to, and the feet swivel down. Just love it, love it. And actually, one extra bonus, if you pair it with a Hohem iSteady MT2, I got the name down, pair it with that, look at that. It's perfect, it matches, and I've used this in this setup, and the black and the orange, my number 1 is also the same color scheme. I don't know, something about black and orange and professional camera gear just really jives and goes well together, and I like my little setup with this because it just looks so cool. My number 1 slot is the SmallRig 78-inch, again in the black and the orange setup. I like that when I picked it because I wanted something sturdy, something solid, something that had a little bit of versatility to it where you can hang something upside down from it, a camera on the bottom latch. You can take one of the legs out to be a monopod if you need to. I haven't done it yet, but you can do that. The adjustable head, the ball head that you have on the top, and it also comes with the Arca Swiss plate. So I love the Arca Swiss plate systems for quick release. And my SmallRig case, SmallRig cage I have on my Sony ZV-E10, that has a Arca Swiss plate built into the bottom of that cage. So that's around my camera, and I just come along and I just slide it in, and that's it. The Arca Swiss plate takes over, you put it in, and take it out very easily, put it to a different mount. So obviously when you get into a quick release system like, say, Arca Swiss or some of the others out there, it makes it very easy to keep following that because it's just so simple to just switch around, switch around. The Koolehaoda actually also has Arca Swiss. It's slightly different, so it doesn't quite go in correctly, but Arca Swiss plates are great. That's my number one slot. Sturdy, it's great. Good investment for a primary good tripod. And then my bonus tripod, it's not a tripod, but it replaced many tripods for me and really helped a scenario, which is the official name, not sure, I'll put it up, but it's the SmallRig desk mount, and that's what my camera's sitting on right now. And I'll put the pictures up. It clamps on to your desk. You can extend it up. It has a ball head on the top, and I now also have a Swiss plate connected to it. So I just come along and slide my camera in and out. It stays in one spot, so essentially I can have one place in which my camera can go and get the same shot behind me every single time that I'm filming. Really simple, really easy. I love it. The other thing about it, it's metal construction. So I also have, I may as well just show you this. Let's stop shaking. So I also have one of these SmallRig grips. Is it SmallRig? No, this one's Ulanzi. I also have the Ulanzi clamp right here that has my phone and my notes on it, and that happily clamps onto the neck of the SmallRig little thing. So it's not a tripod, but if you're doing stuff like this and you just need one position to be held and not have to set up a tripod every single time you're going to shoot a video, then great option right here. And this thing hasn't moved. I got it a week ago and it hasn't moved, and I've shot probably 20, 30 videos up until this point, and it's held its position. So that's a little bonus for you, but that's my top 5 plus a bonus of tripods that I've used, that I've tested, that I've had, that I really, really like. Hope that helped you, and I hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye.